Well, everything starts with a good idea. We were looking for something to do for SG50, and we thought about why not a book. I think Rama was the one who came up with the idea and we latched on it.
Well, we had a very humble beginning because when we first started national computerization effort, we had a total of 850 computer professionals in Singapore, and that's all. So I think the national IT story is a big evolution, comprising a few S-curves. So I think the story has to be told, so that we will be able to learn from the lessons as well as gain from the insights. First, making Singapore economically competitive, and secondly, contribution towards enhancing our quality of life.
Well, in the 70s, the whole decade of 70s, basically the players in the IT industry are the mainframe guys. So those days were really that kind of thing, Singapore is a very good place as a test bed. It is real enough, but it's not so big. So it's very good for that, and all our infrastructure is there to do that.
Media, I have touched them as SNC, all my computer group. SCS I created in 1980, where NCB and NCS were the pioneers in a lot of things. New hardware, new software, training of people. NCB was officially approved in September 81. In 1980, I took a team to visit the US, visit IBM. So I came back, I reported that we should have computer education, we should have government computerization, we should have industry development.
And so when I set up the first World Wide Web site in Singapore, way back in 1993, I thought that it was highly, English-centric. And for us in Singapore, we really needed to show the community at large that the internet can be used for carrying content in all languages. So that started my effort to introduce multilingual characters, first in the web and then eventually at the domain name level.
When we were asked where we are taking the company when we started up, the answer always is we would IPO the business. And most entrepreneurs today do more than just one startup. In fact, they do many. As an entrepreneur, you really need multidisciplinary skill, and you really never stop learning.
We are building on a very strong foundation laid by our pioneers over the last 50 years of ICM foundation development. For me, I took 3 important lessons. The first one is never stop trying, never say die. Second is about having a sense of adventure, sense of a tinge of being a maverick in terms of pushing boundaries. And the third one is about remaining open and humble to new ideas, new innovations, best practices.
Reading this book that the SiTF has brought about together with its partners, what struck me in the last 5 decades is really a couple of things. Our willingness to be bold, our willingness to implement it, and pull together not just the government, but also public and private sectors. I think we're entering a new phase of development for a smart nation.
I don't think we interviewed everybody because it's a matter of timing. You couldn't get the schedule in within the time you need to produce the book. I mean, a notable miss is Lim Swee Say. We need to get him in the next book. The book's about stories and defining moments. When you think about a book like this, it's a start, it's not an end. And you never end the journey, so we need to find a way to continue adding on the stories. So really, if you want to look forward, you sometimes need to look at the lessons in the past. And I think we learned a lot of lessons from the past.